Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 222 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit and crochet, and get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It is Saturday, August 31st, 2024, and it's an overcast, muggy, hot day out there. They're threatening thunderstorms. It said heavy rains this afternoon. It's already 10 past 4. If the lighting is not so great, it's because I'm late today. Anyway, so hopefully I can get through this before it gets even darker and the storms hit, but we shall see. So if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for checking out my channel, coming to see what I've got to yak about. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another week to see what kind of shenanigans I've been up to. I appreciate all of you so much. Still on my drive to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting slowly closer every week. I'm at, I think, 937 now. So we're getting close. We're getting so close. So if you've not yet subscribed, please hit the little button, whichever corner it's in. I can never remember this. Like the video, comment, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I have new videos coming out. Typically they come out every Saturday, sometime during the day, anywhere from morning till late afternoon, early evening, depends on when I get my act together enough to get the filming done and everything done. So I appreciate everyone so much, and I'm so happy for everyone that comes back here week after week to see what kind of nonsense I'm up to. So it's been a really busy week. It's been a fun week. We are back in school, full steam ahead now. First week of classes went really well. I have my in-person class. It's going well. We had to tweak the time a little bit, and we switched classrooms because the classroom they had us in was just far too large for the number of students I had, and it was just like, it wasn't working. So they've switched us to a new room, and we'll get to start in the new classroom next week. We don't have classes on Monday because it's Labor Day here in the US and the university is closed. So we're back for a week, and then we have a day off and then back at it. So it probably won't be until the following week when I really start to get into the new rhythm with the new classes and the new semester starting. But I've been kind of fighting this week with getting into an earlier morning routine than I have had most of the summer. I've not set the alarm much of the summer, so I don't sleep in much. I'm usually up 7:30, but I need to make a point of getting up. I set the alarm for 6 now and get myself up so I can slowly sip a cup of tea and hunt around on the computer for a while and just kind of slowly figure out what's going on with me for the day. So I read something or other, I think on Facebook. The person was commenting about their grandmother and saying that she does this and that in the morning, and then she goes outside and sits on the front porch and sips a cup of coffee until she comes to her senses. I think that's what I do in the mornings. I am a morning person, but I just like to be slow and leisurely and relaxed in the morning. Sip my tea, stare off into space. Just nice, quiet, slow time in the morning. Just kind of gets me going, wake up, kind of go enter the day on a relaxed pace. So, other than back to work, I have been busy knitting this week, and I'm all set to cast on two new projects later today. This evening they will be started, but I can explain. I can explain why. I'll show you my works in progress first, and then I will talk about why I'm starting two new projects, and I'll explain all of that just in a little bit. So my works in progress, same two I showed you last week. Next week I'll have something different to show you. I've been working on my toe up 2 at a time sort of shorty socks mismatch using my Opal Advent yarn, the 20 gram, the little 20 gram minis, all 24 of them. So I'm making 24 different socks. They will all have the same gray toe, heel, and cuff. So they'll all coordinate, but none of them will be the same. So when I saw you last week, I was way down here. I'd only done, someone's dog is barking out there. It's not as bad. There is one person, I have no idea who they are, but every once in a while you will see a car go past with the dog with his head out the window barking. So you hear this car go zoom and then bark, 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 bark all the way past. It's hilarious. It just looks so goofy. Okay, dog's gone now. Anyway, last week I was down here. So I had done the toe and a little bit of the foot. So since then I finished the foot, finished all the gusset increasing, and I'm about halfway through, roughly halfway through the first heel turn and heel flap. Once that one is done, I'll switch over and I'll do the heel turn and heel flap on the second sock and then start going up the leg. So I'm kind of hoping I'll have these done for next week. We shall see. But I am kind of hoping that they will be done. And I thank you for everyone who commented saying that they would be interested in seeing a tutorial on how I make my toe up 2 at a time sort of shorty socks. I'm going to get on that. It will take quite a while to get that together, just because the filming time, the editing time, and then just the knitting time to get the socks done. I won't knit, I obviously won't film the entire process, but I'm going to write up a pattern for how I do my toe up 2 at a time, toe up, not 2 up. My toe up 2 at a time sort of shorty socks. I'm going to write out a pattern, like a recipe kind of pattern for how I do mine, and then I'll film a tutorial that'll go along with it. So I'm hoping that'll be out before the end of the year. We'll see. That's my goal, to try to have it done before Christmas hits. But so there's my progress on these. And again, thank you to whoever it was that commented on my video to use the stitch marker just to hold the 2 socks together. Love that idea. It works so well. I love that idea. Right now I just have the rest of the yarn is just tucked down into each of the socks for the time being. Once I'm done with the heels, then I'll pull them out and get back at it. So hopefully these will be done next week. We shall see. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But I am trying to get some work done on them a little bit every day. My second work in progress is in my little project bag I got from Moonstone Dye Works a while back. And this is my muscle bra hat. And I did not finish it. The little knit along that I have going ends today. I will not be finished it today. It's not going to happen, but that's fine. I will, in the week coming up, I will draw a prize for that knit along, and I'll talk about that next week. So when I saw you last, I was down here at the marker, so I've added several inches. So I am happy with my progress, but I still have quite a ways to go. And I am loving how the yarn I dyed is working up on this. I'm thinking that it's probably not going to get too much lighter as I get to the other half, but I love the way this turned out. I think it just looks really cool. I'm really happy with how the yarn is looking when it's knitting up. So That's my muscle bra hat. I'll keep plugging away with it. Hopefully I'll have it done before it's cold enough to want to wear the thing. Spoiler alert, it doesn't really get that cold in my opinion in Pennsylvania for wearing a double thickness hat, but that's fine. That's fine. So, other projects that I'm going to be starting today. I have two new whips that I'm going to be starting, and my justification for this, like I have to justify why I'm casting on or starting any new projects. We're all adults here, cast on what you want, when you want, no one's judging anyone. But I had promised a friend of mine, well, I didn't quite promise a friend of mine. I told a friend of mine, she has 2 girls and she's got a 3rd girl on the way due the beginning of February. So I had mentioned to her, I made a sweater for her oldest girl a while back, and she now has the 2nd daughter wearing the sweater, and I'm sure that it'll go down to the 3rd daughter once she's big enough to wear it. This friend of mine is 100% knit worthy. So I was talking about blankets, and I said I'd be happy to crochet her some blankets. And she showed me a picture of a baby blanket that her oldest girl got when she was a newborn, and she said she loves that style, and it's just a plain one, it's a single granny square that just continues getting larger, and it's just done in blocks of color. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna knit or crochet, not knit, you don't knit granny squares, Karen. I'm going to make 3 blankets for her, 1 for each of her girls. The 3rd one I don't have to hurry with because baby won't be here till February. So in my stash of yarn, I have 3 skeins of this pretty yarn. I love the color of this. I had more. I made a hat and mittens for a matching set for a friend of mine several years back, and I still have 3 of the skeins left. So I'm going to use these, and I'm just going to, one of the blankets is just going to be a single color solid granny square, and hopefully she likes it. I'm sure she will, but that is what I'm going to be using this. So I will be starting this blanket this evening. And oh, I didn't tell you why I'm doing this. Maybe I should do show notes so I know what I'm going to be talking about and I don't forget things. Absent-minded professor happening here. Anyway, so one of the women who was one of the founders and early people involved with Sock Madness, Zemi on Ravelry, she has her own group now on Ravelry, and she is starting, I'll put the link to her the thread down in the description below in case anyone's interested in looking into this. But she has generated and is going to be running a knit or crochet or whatever along for the next 2 months for all of September and October, and it's designed for people to finish up any of their whips, any of their works in progress. And what she's done is there's a web page that she sends you to, and it will generate a bingo card for you. And she has a whole boatload of categories, and it'll randomly create a bingo card for you. Some will be, it'll say blanket or stranded or crochet or frog, or there's different things, and there's others also that are it's just an image, so you can interpret the image how you want, and use that. So mine, I have something that has autumn colored leaves. So I'm thinking I'll do that with either something in autumn, perhaps, I don't know if I have anything in a work in progress that has autumn colors. But you try to make the bingo card. I will post a picture of my bingo card that I generated up here for you guys to take a look at. But what you do is, noisy cars, it's called a muffler, guys, that works. So anyway, you generate your bingo card, and then you fit in your whips into different categories. You're allowed to have one whip fit into a maximum of 3 categories. So on mine, one of the projects I'm hoping I might be able to finish is my one of my crochet sweaters. Or not crochet sweaters. One of my sweaters that I am knitting using either my row 1 minis or my scraps. So I will be able to use, if I happen to finish it, which is highly unlikely in the next 2 months, I am going to be able to use that as scraps for the, what's the name of it again? Jelly Roll cardigan. I am using scraps for that, so I can, that one will qualify as scraps, that one will qualify as garter stitch and sweater. So if I finish it, I can cross off 3 of the squares on my bingo card. If I finish it. I don't think I'll be able to finish it on time. So for the blanket that I am making for my friend, it will fit under, so I have to start it today because it's supposed to be a work in progress that you're doing. And it starts tomorrow, so I need to start crocheting this today. So it is going to, this will fit under baby and blanket. I don't think it'll fit under any other category, but I don't think they'll fit. So I should be able to, and I should be able to finish a granny square blanket in under 2 months. I should quite easily be able to do that. For me, crochet goes quite quickly. The only thing holding me back on doing crochet blankets right now is the temperature. It's too darn hot. So that's one project I'm going to cast on. The other one that I'm going to be able to cross off 3 categories with this one. I think 3, or is it only 2 on this one? Maybe it's only 2. Anyway, the second thing I'm going to cast on is, and I will be doing that tonight as well, is the Traveling Cables hand warmers. And this is a pattern by, a free pattern on Ravelry by Pearl Soho. And that will fit the category fingerless mitts and texture. I don't think it'll fit any other category that I have on there. I'm not sure. So the yarn I'm using for that is the yarn. Now, who was it that commented last week that they were waiting for me to use the bottom left-hand corner yarn? I hope this was the right one, because I'm going to cake this up and I'm going to knit the Traveling Cables wrist or hand warmers with this yarn. I'm hoping that the yarn is not too busy so that the cables show up nicely. We shall see. Cross your fingers that this is going to work. And I hope I hope I have the right yarn. I hope I do. So those are 2 new projects that I will be casting on today. I told you I could explain. And once this is all done, I probably won't have a bingo anyway, because I probably won't be able to finish enough categories to actually make a bingo of any sort on my card. There are some things on my card that are highly unlikely I will do. I have Latvian and Estonian. Highly unlikely I'm going to be doing those. I have a snowflake on mine. I might see if I can find some white, I don't have any crochet thread, but I have fingering weight yarn, so maybe I will make a couple crocheted snowflakes to put on my Christmas tree this year. But I think the rules are that the project is supposed to be something that's already started. You don't cast on willy-nilly over the next 2 months. I think the main goal is for you to make progress on your works in progress. So I'm kind of bending the rules, and a lot of people do. I'm kind of bending the rules by deliberately starting a couple projects today so that they're a work in progress tomorrow morning. That is kind of bending the rules, I know, but that's okay. The other project I will be starting not next month, in the beginning of October, is the new Stephen West mystery shawl knit along. I'm a sucker. I have been doing that. I think this will be year number 6. This will be my 6th one, I think. 5th? Either way, I think it's the 5. I've done 5 or 6. So anyways, I frequently use Whole Super Soft for this. This year, because it's calling for the pattern this year, it's the pre-order for the pattern came out just today, and it calls for, you need two 100-gram skeins of fingering weight yarn in 2 different colors. So you need a total of 4 skeins of yarn. So I am going to dye my own yarn for this, and I don't have the bare yarn yet. I ordered that, so I have lots of time. I think what I might do is I might kind of do a vlog style video of dyeing the yarn for this mystery knit along. I think I'll probably will do that. So that'll be a new project I will be casting on in the beginning of October. I think it starts on the 3rd of October. So I haven't decided for sure what colors I'm going to do. I'm kind of thinking I want to do like a charcoal gray, like a kind of dusty black color, and like a blue-black color, and light pink. I think that would look really cool together. Maybe a light blue. One or the other. Maybe not, because it might be a little bit too close with if I have too much blue in the black. I'll decide. But my gut feel right now is that I'm leaning towards doing black and pink. Like a light pastel-y kind of pink. And a darker charcoal-y kind of color. I think that's what I'm leaning towards wanting to do for that. So I'm excited about that. I will start with that all gung-ho. I might be able to keep up during the first week, and then all bets are off. I never finish it during the month that the clues are coming out. It just, I can't. My hands don't allow it, and the amount of time I have doesn't allow for it. The fact that I'm at work part of the time and I'm sleeping some of the time, there's not enough hours and available hours in the day for me to knit that much on a single project. Some people can do it. I have no idea how they do it. I have no idea at all. Especially the later parts of the clues. But I know right from the get-go that there's not a chance that I'm going to finish it on time. And I'm fine with that. I don't care. I'm okay with that. I usually hope to have it done before the same year is done. Even that doesn't always happen. There are times when sometimes I don't even get that far. Yeah, what can you do? So, I think that might be about it. Like I say, it's been a busy week. The storm hasn't hit yet. Been yakking for 25 minutes now, almost 25 minutes. Storm hasn't come by yet. Hopefully it'll stay away. We'll see. But otherwise, not much else is new around here. We don't have any major plans for Monday. Hubby's got some stuff he's got to do work related. I'm going to stay home and knit. And that's about all. Yeah. The week coming up is going to be fairly quiet. I'm on campus on Wednesday with my class and online stuff the rest of the week. But other than that, it's going to be a reasonably quiet week coming up, as far as I know right now. Unless plans can change, who knows. So, come back next week, see how much progress I make in the 2 new works in progress, and see if I manage to make progress on all 4 of these, and my sweaters. Something will give. I promise you that. Something will give. I can't keep up with it all. But that's okay, because I have Whip It Down Thanksgiving week coming up in November. So, those of you that have been around for a while, you're familiar with my Whip It Down week. So I will be starting that again end of November to try to get some of my whips under control and beat into submission. So hopefully I can finish the granny blanket. I will be able to finish in the 2 weeks. The mittens I probably can. My 2 at a time toe-up sort of shorty socks, I don't think that'll qualify anywhere on the bingo, on the bingo card. I'm not using scraps. I don't have socks on there. I didn't get Advent on mine. I don't think they're going to fit in anywhere. But that's okay. That'll be fine. So anyway, I'll stop talking. Honest this time. And I will see you guys again in a week. Take care, everyone. Bye.